Now, did Ghislaine Maxwell's younger husband steal the money? Well, because her actually appeal is in jeopardy because the attorneys want to get paid. And so her estranged husband, he filed for a divorce, and while she was, they said they were having problems before she went to trial, right? But she signed her uh, money over to her younger husband, and he is refusing to pay the bill. He's failing to pay $900 in legal bills. He's also been accused of failing to provide $1 million to challenge her conviction. And so Maxwell friends, they fear he could be delaying the divorce and accessing her cash. Now, some men might, when you have an opportunity, and it's not just men, women do it too, but he maybe have been using her money, accessing her cash, because it's alleged that she signed it over to him before she went to jail. And so now she's having trouble trying to get him to take care of the legal part of her defense to see if she can fight for her freedom, right? So she's appealing her 20-year jail sentence for sexual abuse, lies, and tatters because her estranged husband has refused to pay her lawyers. Now, Scott Borgerson, 46, who secretly married Maxwell, 60, in 2016, controls her fortune after she transferred up to $20 million into a trust fund before her arrest in 2020. But Borgerson ended the relationship with Maxwell during a phone call to the New York prison where she was awaiting trial. That's some cold-blooded stuff right there. But you know what? It's a lot of women do the same thing to men. So this is a younger man that married an older woman, and the younger man was allegedly married to another woman with children. They had 2 children together. He left his wife to marry Ghislaine. Now, let me tell you something. He married Ghislaine because she got money. Now, we can say that, well, that's not necessarily true. No, we don't know the real story why he married her, but a lot of times it's about money. When you have that big age gap, it's about money. I'm not saying in all relationships that's like that, but in this case, I believe it was because she had money. She was vulnerable. She was eager to sign that money over, to this younger man, when this man was married to someone else with 2 children. So why would this man leave his family, his wife with 2 children, and marry an older woman? Now, do you think it's a possibility that he back with the wife if she took him back and there's money involved? Or maybe he gave his ex-wife, that he left. Maybe he took some of that money to give to his first family. Who knows what he's doing? But anyway, I think it's cold-blooded. But that happens a lot of times where women do the same thing to men when they go off to prison. They get them a side piece. They get them a man, or they break up with the man and say, I got me someone else. I'm through with you. So that happens a lot. So this is not unusual to know about this, but is now bringing forward that men are doing the same thing. So so he told her it was over. And a phone call while she was in prison. Can you imagine? Your hands are tied, you're in prison, and your husband tell you it's over, and he has access to all your money? Woo wee! You know what? That would be a hard one. Now, my question is, would you try to break out of prison? What would you do knowing that somebody got access, control of your money, and telling you it's over? I don't know. I can't fathom that. It would be hard. You know what? I'm not gonna say all the stuff I would have did to hide my money. I just say that, but but transferring it over to just one person, nah. People get greedy. People get tempted, and it's too many. Like in this case, it's too many young women out there for you, Ghislaine, to have transferred your money over to your younger husband when there's all these young women out here that he has an opportunity to be with and live high and and do a lot of good things with your money and a lot of bad things with your money. So I just don't think that I will say, let me go ahead and transfer this money over to this young man. No, bro. I think I'd have to figure out something else. You might get a little of it, but you won't get all of it because I need to have money to pay my legal bills. So what she could have done is she could have put some of her money in a legal fund to fight that. That's what she probably should have done, is gave it over to her attorneys in a trust fund so that they would have access to it, because at the end of the day, her appeal is in jeopardy. Now, it says he has been accused of failing to pay a $900,000 legal bill to her defense team and provide the $1 million required to challenge the conviction. It costs money to challenge convictions. And so until the cash is transferred, her legal team is unlikely to meet a January deadline, forcing her to face the prospect she might die behind bars. She might die now behind bars because her estranged husband is refusing to take care of business. And, that's just a sad situation right there. And I'm just saying that, Maxwell pals fear they fear he is delaying their divorce and her access to money as a negotiation ploy. Because maybe he's trying to get money from her. I think that he might be negotiating, is what the friends are saying. He thinks if he drags it out, she will give him most of the money. And said one, she is in jail. Not much she can do from there. But listen to this, though. He might be doing that. That's not far-fetched. And but I wouldn't give him most of the money, because she needs the money to fight her legal fees. She needs money to be put on her books. She needs all that. And if she's giving it to him, she can't fight nothing. And she will not have money to put on her commissary book. So do the right thing. At least pay her bills. You know what I'm saying? Pay the legal bills. But a legal source said he doesn't trust what Maxwell's lawyers are telling him. Maxwell and Bergeson report he met in Iceland in 2013. You know what? He don't believe. Come on now. Man, it takes money to fight legal cases and appeals. So whether you believe it or not, that there's an outstanding bill out there. So I'm not buying that 100%, because there's an outstanding legal bill out there that needs to be paid right now, and they need their money. They got to feed their families too. Now, anyway, her relation with San Diego billionaire Ted Wyatt had collapsed, and friends say she was vulnerable. She was in a relationship with a billionaire, and you went from a billionaire to this 46-year-old person with no money that is refusing to pay your legal bills. I'm not sure what you was thinking, Ghislaine. But anyway, Bergeson was still married to first wife Rebecca. See, I told you all, mother of his young son and daughter. He had 2 children, still married when he met Ghislaine. The couple married 3 years later. So he divorced his first wife and married Ghislaine. Now, but in 2019, after her pal Jeffrey Epstein was found hanged in his cell while awaiting trial for sex abuse, Maxwell went into hiding, moving from house to house. Few knew she and Bergeson had married till it was referenced by prosecutors at her 2020 trial. The government gonna always bring out stuff on you. They gonna always, when you get in trouble, they gonna start digging up everything in your background. They sure is. They do it all the time. Now, her brothers, Ghislaine brothers, were astonished to find out that not only was she married, but she had made all her money over to Scott, said a source close to the family. He did not visit her in the New York jail once. He didn't even go visit her while she was in the New York jail. He didn't even go see her. Didn't go hold her hand, didn't blow kisses through the screen. If there's a glass up there, because I don't know, in some jails they have a glass, some it's open. He didn't do none of that. None of that. That man is busy planning what to do with that money. He's busy living his best life with that money. I'm telling you all. And he failed to attend any other trial, is what they saying. Wow. So Colorado law firm Hudden, Morgan and Foreman, which acted for Maxwell in the trial, has filed a lawsuit against her and brother Kevin for nearly $900,000. Now, listen. Why would they file a lawsuit against her and the brother? Well, I can see her, but why don't they file it against her estate and the estranged husband? Okay, I'm not sure why they wouldn't do that. If you know, let me know in the comments. Now, court documents showed she received tens of millions of dollars from Epstein and had sold her New York home for $15 million. So there was money there. There's some money available, right? Bergeson dismissed the claims as fake news. He pointed to legal testimony from Hutton that he expressed cooperation, transparency, and honesty in discussions. So he wants some honesty and everything, but I got a strange feeling that dude is just trying to take Ghislaine for a ride. He wants that money, and he gonna see to it that he keeps the money, because she did go ahead and sign it over to him, you know, and now she is hurting for that money, and her attorneys want to get paid in order to help her out. You know, that's some crazy stuff right there. What do you all think? See, there go Ghislaine at happier times. She looks like a beautiful woman in that picture. She got a big smile on her face, and the people that's standing next to her are smiling as well. And we would like to all have some happier times in our life, and hopefully you all are having happier times in your life if you've been through some things. So you know what? It is good to just try to keep your head up, maintain yourself, do the right thing, operate in integrity, move in silence, and move doing the right thing, because you don't want to end up in some situations, man. I'm telling you, it is no funny. And then when people lie on you, that's not a good thing either, because when people lie, that causes problems also as well. So don't forget to, leave your comments below, respectful comments. Don't forget to like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. If you want to support the channel, you're more than welcome to do so. Don't forget to follow me on IG at StandupBcounted, and don't forget to look at the pieces of my jewelry that I create. OitsSharine Jewelry. Thank you all. Have a beautiful day. But don't forget, leave your comments below. I definitely like to hear from you all.